So I make these YouTube videos with quote unquote good production and the whole shebang that the YouTubers love to do, a good backdrop and good microphone and the whole thing. And honestly, I decided that there's more and more liking into getting a real authentic video. And this is the type of shit that I want to do now. I'm less into doing big production, and I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you what the point of this video is all about. Now, there's two channels that I have on TikTok, for example. One of them is like, high production. I spent a lot of money on the look of it and the whole shebang. And the other one is just me grabbing my phone with the front camera on and I'm just talking to you. And one of them has 10,000 followers and the other one has almost 70,000 followers. Guess which is which? Of course, the more authentic one has more followers, more engagement, more DMs, more people wanting to be part of a community compared to the other one. The other one, I don't think is saturated is the word, but people are starting to figure out that just because you have good production and good editing and maybe an editing team, that it's good content. In the contrary, I think people are done being fooled by all this stuff and they want an authentic conversation with somebody just like them because we're just like each other. We're the same. We bleed the same, we breathe the same. We have dreams that are the same. And this is the point of this channel. It's just raw. I'm going to try to do as less edits as possible. I'm just going to put it on. I'm just going to put it out there in the world for whoever wants to listen. And they're going to be in long form as well, because attention span is something that I'm working on as well as a lot of people. We are bombarded with content. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everyone is trying to do short forms as concise as possible, and you need to be stimulated as soon as you click on the video. Like there needs to be 7, 8 cuts in the first few seconds, which is quite frankly ridiculous. If you can't listen to this whole video, then move on. There's TikTok, there's enough content for you out there in this world. And if you can't stand how the audio sounds, of course, I'm gonna have my portable microphone. It's just not charged right now, but in the future, there's gonna be better sound. The point of this video is talking about how to make money and how there's so much money out there that people are not seeing because everyone wants to do the same thing. Because everybody wants to make online money. Everybody wants to make money off of a laptop, being in a Wi-Fi zone, even if it's by the beach, everywhere in the world, just walking around traveling. The truth is, most people can't afford that, they can't get to that, and they won't get to that in their life. But what most people can do is make money in their local area. I push people to do that a lot on one of my channels on TikTok, and I mentor a lot of kids. I'm saying kids because they're way younger than me. They may be like 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm almost 40 years old. And I teach them how I was able to change my whole life. Just to go back, I'm the type of guy that was absolutely lost. I'm in my Toyota Corolla 1998. Toyota Corolla, rusted everywhere. There's literally a hole in my passenger seat. I'm sitting at a library. I'm just smoking cigarettes and just thinking that I'm a waste of life, that I'm not going to do anything in my life. And all my friends have rich parents. No matter what they do in their life, they're always going to be bailed out. There's always going to be someone paying their credit card debts. And I'm just struggling with everything. Everything. I come from not poor, but I would say broke. And of course, I had to do everything by myself. And that was great, actually. Now that I look back, it's a great thing that happened to me. Since I'm 15 years old, I'm working and I had to figure it out myself. If I needed a car, I had to figure it out. If I needed shoes, I needed to figure it out. And I had to figure out absolutely everything for me. And that was something great. But at the same time, I was sitting there in a parking lot thinking, comparing myself with other people and saying, man, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm not going anywhere. And when I understood the value of money and how much money is out there, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me 11 years ago when I became an entrepreneur and I started my own business. And of course, when you start your own business in the beginning, you're not seeing any money. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen money for the first 3 years. It took me 3 years to actually pay myself and see some money coming in. But after that, when I put all the work, all the dues that I had to pay from the beginning, everything changed for me. The lifestyle changed for me. I went from living in a very, very small place that was renting to buying my first real estate, which was a condo with 2 rooms. And then I moved on, and now I'm in a big house with a garage and all that stuff. I have the car that I want. I have, I go to the trips that I want. I have freedom of finances. And how I did it was understanding that there's money out there. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about all these boring things that nobody wants to touch. And this is to your advantage if you're listening to this and you want to do something and you're not sure what. Is that most of you guys, the people in your generation, the people that are watching this, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, maybe you're in your teens, if you're watching this, there's so much for you. Like, you have no idea how much there is for you. Number one, the barrier is the mindset. Just think that money is nothing. Money is nothing for you. $10,000, nothing. 100K, nothing. A million, nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Money is zeros and ones. And there is no roof over your head. There is no ceiling for you to reach. You determine the ceiling for yourself. That ceiling does not exist. So remove that ceiling. That's step number one. Mindset. You're able to go get that money. You are that person. You're going to go and get it. Number two, understanding that other people's problems and the things that they hate to do is a business by itself. And of course, you heard this before. I'm not inventing anything here, but it's the truth. Finding a solution to a problem is how to make money. In my case, I was working at an office in a pharmaceutical company, getting paid very well, and I hated my job. I hated my 9 to 5. I hated going into work with a suit on and having to fake my way up there and talking to people that I actually frankly hated, and just trying, having to play that game. I hated it. But I noticed that everyone was dressed very nice and everyone always had suits on and ladies had suits on and dresses and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start a pickup and delivery service in the dry cleaning business because, quite frankly, it's annoying to go to the dry cleaners. So why not remove that friction from their life and offer it to the building? I could not offer it through me because it would be a conflict of interest. So I sent my cousin to go present that idea to my director that was taking care of the building back in the days. And she agreed. And she said, you know what, that's a great idea. Let's start. And she didn't know that it was my business and he was actually my employee. But I told him, listen, I'm going to give you 20% of the sales to start with, and then I'll give you a good salary. And he accepted. He had nothing to do anyway. So he started coming in, picking up the bags of laundry, and then bringing it to a dry cleaner where we used to do a split. It was 60-40. So we would give them 40% of the bill. Now, what I would do is I would up those prices without telling the dry cleaner. Okay, that was a shitty move, but I had to do what I had to do. And so I was able to, let's say, leave with 80% at the end of the day. So I started doing that with my building, and I'm like, wow, it's actually picking up and we're making a few $1,000s a month. You know what? What if I'm able to do that with other places? So I started offering this service to the neighbor building and the neighbor building and the neighbor building. After a year and a half, I quit my job. So what I did here is pretty much saw an opportunity where I see a problem, which is people don't like to go to the dry cleaners. They don't have time. They find it annoying. So we go directly to their office, we pick up their laundry, and we drop it off. Not only that, we're offering them the luxurious service of doing that. They can tell their friends, hey, my dry cleaner comes to me, I'm such a baller. They love that stuff. Especially finance people, believe me, I go to these offices, they love it. I even go tailor clothes for people, and I put their suits on, and I make them feel like $100, measuring their sleeves and they're hemming the pants, and they feel like $1 million while taking a call. That's like a movie, And I make them feel a certain way because I want them to associate an emotion with my business. Like that, they can go and yap around and be my marketing tool because I didn't have a lot of money for marketing back then. So the marketing was actually word of mouth. So that's how it started. And I have the same principle for everything that I do now. Gutters cleaning, house cleaning, sofa cleaning, carpet cleaning, everything that has to do with cleaning, we take care of it. Now we're becoming experts in doing wedding dresses. So what I do is I go to these events for wedding dresses. There's like 2 in my town per year, and there's a couple in other towns. So I go there and I offer a expert wedding cleaning service as well as a preservation box that comes with it. What I noticed is women they spend tens of thousands of dollars on a wedding dress, they dirty it, and then they just take it and they throw it in their closet. When they can actually have it cleaned by a professional, have it stored, and they can give it to their daughters. So that's the whole principle, the whole story that I'm telling people. Now, number 3 is once you found the problem to the solution to the problem, then you have to find a good storyline. Stories sell. If I tell you something, if I share something with you right now, and I don't tell it to you in a way where it's a storyline, then you're not going to be focused anymore. You're just going to look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's great. Or maybe you're not even going to listen to me and you're going to forget what I told you. Stories are very important. Learn how to tell a story and how to sell through stories. That's what I'm doing, is I'm creating these ads where they can give that wedding dress to their daughters in the future. So preserve it like that. It could stay white for 20 years. This is the storyline, as well as my carpet cleaning. The story is, do you love your family? You have little kids and you care about the air that they breathe in their household. So make sure that you clean the carpet in depth in order for you to get rid of all the bacterias, all the allergens that are stuck inside the fiber of the carpet. You see what I'm doing here? I'm playing with emotions. Their kids are everything. So that's what I'm doing. The other thing that I do is, let's say for carpets again, I know you love your pets, and your pets, well, they're cute, but they do some accidents on the carpets as well. Take care of your carpet by calling us, and here's the number. Call to action is very important. And in this channel, I'm going to go in depth with absolutely everything that I do. The way I do it, my process, my methodology. It took me 10 years to figure it out, and I'm going to give it to you video by video on this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, the 4th point is, while you're walking in the streets, and I know you live in a neighborhood, and I know that in certain of your neighborhoods, there's rich people, all right? There's nice houses, there's nice cars. If you don't live in those neighborhoods, that's fine. Take your car or grab the bus and go to those neighborhoods and start walking and look at these houses. When you look at houses like that, I don't want you to think, oh, wow, that's such a nice house. How much do you think it's worth? What do you think they do for a living? That's not that's a loser mentality. I want you to think about it in a way where, what can I sell to these people? They have gutters, they have windows, they have a car, they have a driveway. I can do all of these things for them. I can clean all of these things. I can take care of their trash. I can take care of absolutely everything. What can you provide for these people? Think about how to make their life easier, how to save them time. That's the number one thing you should think about, is how to save them time. And there's your money. So nobody could come to me unless, they have some sort of physical incapacity or mental incapacity. Don't come to me and tell me that there's no money to be made out there. There's a ton of money to be made out there. This is my first video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Comment below if you want me to go into specific sections or segments of things that I've mentioned here. I hope that you enjoyed this raw talk with you. Until next time.